Have you ever been in a situation where someone close to you suddenly went silent after an argument? Did it leave you feeling anxious, confused, or even questioning your own actions? Today, we're diving into the psychology behind the silent treatment, a tool that can manipulate, control, or create emotional distance in relationships. The silent treatment occurs when someone intentionally ignores or avoids another person to express displeasure, punish, or gain control. While it might seem passive, its impact can be anything but. Imagine a scenario. You've had an argument with a close friend, and instead of resolving it, they suddenly go silent, ignoring your calls, avoiding eye contact, and acting as though you don't exist. This is the silent treatment in action. Imagine you express frustration to a friend about something they did, and instead of talking it out, they completely shut you out. Days pass, and you find yourself overthinking. Did you overreact? Are they angry beyond repair? This silence creates a power imbalance, forcing you to seek reconciliation even if you believe you weren't at fault. In another situation, think about a family member who stops speaking to you after a disagreement. They ignore your attempts to communicate, leaving you feeling guilty and helpless until you apologize or give in to their unspoken demands. Consider another scenario. You and your partner have a disagreement about finances. Instead of discussing it, they give you the cold shoulder, refusing to answer your questions or even acknowledge your presence. This silence can last for days, creating a toxic environment that makes you question your decisions and blame yourself for the conflict. Even in school or college settings, the silent treatment can manifest. Imagine a classmate who, after a minor disagreement, avoids sitting next to you or speaking to you, subtly excluding you from group activities. This behavior not only isolates you, but also makes you feel as if you're being judged by others in the group. In a workplace setting, you disagree with your boss in a meeting. Instead of addressing the disagreement, your boss avoids assigning you tasks and barely acknowledges your presence. Over time, you feel isolated and undervalued, unsure of how to resolve the situation without jeopardizing your position. Silent treatment can also surface in friend groups. After a misunderstanding, one friend decides to freeze you out, and gradually others follow, leaving you feeling excluded and questioning your place in the group. Why is the silent treatment so effective? It triggers our brain's primal fear of rejection and abandonment. When someone we care about suddenly withdraws, our brain perceives it as a threat to our social bond. This emotional distress often forces the target to seek resolution, even if it means compromising their own needs. The silent treatment also taps into our natural discomfort with uncertainty, making us desperate to restore communication to reduce anxiety. Additionally, it creates a psychological power dynamic where the person initiating silence gains control over the narrative by leaving the target in a state of emotional limbo. If you're on the receiving end, remember these key steps. Stay calm and don't react impulsively, as silence thrives on emotional reactions. Set boundaries by communicating that you're open to discussion but won't tolerate emotional manipulation. For example, you might say, "I understand you're upset, and I'm here to talk when you're ready, but this silence isn't constructive." If it's a recurring pattern, address it directly, seek external mediation, or even consider professional help to break the cycle. While the silent treatment can be harmful, it can also be a powerful tool if used responsibly. Stepping back and remaining silent in heated situations allows you to maintain control and avoid saying something you might regret. For example, during a tense argument, taking a moment of silence to gather your thoughts can prevent escalation and encourage more constructive communication later. Similarly, silence can be a way to pause and assess your emotions, ensuring that your response is measured and thoughtful. Another effective use of silence is in negotiation or conflict resolution, where allowing the other party to fill the silence can reveal valuable insights into their perspective. Understanding the silent treatment helps us recognize when it's being used against us and how to respond effectively. Silence is a tool. It's up to us whether we use it to heal or harm. Before we wrap up, Have you ever wondered how you could temporarily let go of your own ego to influence others more effectively? That's the power of a dark psychology tactic called ego suspension. It involves setting aside your own pride to connect deeply with others and guide their decisions. In our next video, we'll explore how this strategy works and how it can shift dynamics in your favor. Stay tuned for more insights into the fascinating world of dark psychology.